Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. Okay, well I already messed up on this video, guys. Mayhem was not on my lap when I started the video, so clearly it's gonna be a bad video, but nah, he's up here now. And last time we left off here with it's a twofer by the way, an Italian destroyer being blown up. We're now on to Funny Mustache Man attempts to gain new allies. October 23rd to 28th, 1940. Oh, what's with the not wanting to focus? More moves on diplomatic front. On October 23rd, in search of new Axis partner, Funny Mustache Man met with the Spanish dictator, General Francisco Franco, that's his name, on the Spanish border, and the next day, met Marshal Pétain, whom he is greeted, the bottom, in France. The Vichy government afterwards announced that German and French leaders had agreed in principle on collaboration. The meeting with the Spanish leader produced little results. Top right, Funny Mustache Man and at Funny Mustache Man and Mussolini at the Palazzo Vecchio, Vecchio? I don't know, at Florence. But here we see him meeting Francisco Franco. There's Mr. Funny Mustache Man and Mussolini. And there's Pétain. Yeah, obviously the French, oh, he met with them to have a chat. Yeah, let's be real here. They didn't really have a choice. They had to join, and it was like, will you do it, Pétain, or do I have to throw somebody else in and throw you out? So. London laughs at the Blitz. October 1940. Carrying on. Loss of sleep, nights in underground shelters, homelessness. Nothing could take the smile from Londoners' face. After a raid, they came out from their refuge to salvage whatever could be salvaged of their treasured possessions, even if it were only a clock or an asbestos plant. I don't know what that is, but they're not gonna show they're gonna show the enemy. Nothing will stop the British resolve. Yeah, obviously the British have probably the most effective strategy here, basically telling the whole world, F you. The British had steely resolve that even after the Blitz could not be shaken, even though this man kind of looks like his life kind of sucks. But look at those women smiling, saying, nothing will bring us down. We're just gonna make sure. Yep. Okay. The Empress of Britannia sinks after attack by dive bombers. October 26th, 1940. CPR flagship destroyed. The Empress of Britain. I almost said. Yeah. Cracks 42,000 ton liner. Cracked 42,000 ton liner of the Canadian Pacific Fleet was attacked by enemy aircraft on October 26th, about 150 miles off the Irish coast. After machine gunning the liner's crew, the German dive bomber registered direct hits with both high explosives and incendiary bombs, leaving the vessel a blazing wreck. The tugs on the left attempted to tow the boat tow her to port, but the effort was unsuccessful, and the liner, with the flames belching from her funnels, blew up and sunk in the darkness. Some 600 of the 643 persons aboard, for the most part soldiers, wives and families, were picked up and brought to port by rescue vessels. Oh boy. Among the men saved from the sea was her commander, Captain Sapsworth, CVO, who remained with his ship until she went down. So yeah, there's the liner up in flames. There's the tugboats. Yeah, the Germans, and this is just what I think this is World War I, but they would attack any ship here, but they would attack any ship because you never know. They could be hiding war supplies, things like that. And so they were just going to bomb everything. In World War I, and I don't know about this war, I know they kind of stopped doing it in World War I, but at the beginning, they would come up and say, hey, we're going to shoot you, get off the boat, basically. We're going to blow up your boat, but you can be fine. But they stopped doing that because their submarines actually would get targeted then. But yeah, it's very sad. At least most of the people on board got off. But yeah, the captain, obviously, he was going to stay on the ship, go down with his vessel until the very end. Italy invades Greece from Albania, October 28th, 1940. Greeks reject Italian ultimatum. Italy, alleging violations of Greek neutrality, presented a 3-hour ultimatum to Greece on October 28th, demanding that certain unspecified strategical points be ceded. The Greek premier, General Metaxas, received this as a declaration of war. An Italian attack was immediately launched. The picture shows top left, Greek troops on guard at the frontier a few days before the war was declared. Right, Greek troops in action near the frontier. Bottom left, Italian cavalry riding into Greece. The right, Greek warship which shelled the Italian forces near the coast as they sought to cross the Albanian border. So here we see on the left here, top left here, I should say, Greek troops on guard at the frontier before the war starts. And then it says at the right, Greek troops in action near the frontier. The bottom left, here we see the Italian cavalry riding into Greece through Albania. And then here we see a Greek warship bombing the Italians who are near the coast. But yeah, that looks like almost a World War I battlefield right there. Armaments and everything. Oh, is our page stuck? I don't believe so. London landmarks hit by bombs of the German raiders. October 1940. The Battle of London. Throughout October, the German attack on London continued in a fruitless endeavor to break the spirit of its people and to raze their homes and historic buildings to the ground. The military objectives attacked by the Germans included hospitals, churches, museums, the offices of commercial organizations, theaters and restaurants, mansions, apartments, and the working class dwellings of the little streets. Typical scenes of those memorable days are depicted in these photographs. They show one right here. We're going to go through this, and I know last time I said it all and then we went through it, but I'm going to show it as it goes, and you guys aren't going to be able to see the text, but that's okay. This is the Times office in the Queen Victoria Street. Its windows and much of its walls damaged by a blast, but with its flags still bravely flying. We see up there, flags still bravely flying. But yeah, you can see the windows are all gone. Building has been bombed nearby. 2 is the Dutch church Austin Friar, dating from before London's first Great Fire in 1666. completely ruined and burnt out. So this is obviously, like it said, it survived the Great Fire, which the Great Fire in 1666. That's the yeah. That was it ravaged most of London. London had a few of those Great Fires. I know one of them included burning away documents that could have led to the medical records of William Shakespeare, and that's why we don't really know. If you don't know, we don't really know a lot about Shakespeare because a lot of his documents were burned away. So that's why there's debate if he was if he was one person, multiple people, you know what. But I believe he was one person. I've been to his grave. I've been to his house. I believe he was one person, but yeah, it's really unfortunate that this got burned away. Let's go with 3 next. The Library of Holland House, Lord Ilchester Kentington Mansion, once the home of Charles James Fox, which with the exception of one wing was completely destroyed. Yeah, you can see most of that's destroyed except the one wing that it talked about. Number 4 here, St. Clement's Danes, the famous church in the Strand, badly damaged by a blast from a heavy bomb. Well, you can see that church very heavily damaged. Any windows that were there, gone. There's a lot of markings all over it. Part of the wall is damaged. So, it's really unfortunate. Number 5 here is damage in the Middle Temple Hall, opened by Queen Elizabeth in 1562. You see more damage. Yeah, that one has a... obviously, the building is mostly still intact, but there's obviously a huge freaking hole in the middle of it. Number 6 is Leicester Square. So that's just all that. We see that heavily bombed and damaged. Rubble everywhere. Number 7 here is the main hall of Stationers Hall, showing the Caxton window. So here we see, I'll see if it'll... Yeah, obviously this is also heavily damaged. And then finally, the pensioners surveying bomb damage at the Chelsea Hospital, I believe. Luckily, most of the hospital looks like it wasn't completely destroyed. But yeah, you can see in there, clearly some damage has happened. They're sitting there in front of all the rubble. Very unfortunate. Well, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, leave a comment. Tell me what I can improve on. I really appreciate any feedback. And as always, subscribe. It really is a great help. Thank you.